Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. Argentina's president visits Barbados for talks with the region's foremost leader, Mottley. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Wednesday, 9th February 2022. Details when we return.
Conveniently located in the Grand Anne Shopping Centre, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair Grand will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
Welcome back. As recently as Monday, Argentina's President Alberto Fernandez touched down at Barbados' Grantley Adams International Airport in preparation for talks of mutual interest regarding the Caribbean, Central and South America with Barbados' Prime Minister Mottley.
Fernandez, the chairman of the Community of Latin American and Caribbean States, CELAC, is expected to see firsthand some of the measures Barbados has in place to address issues related to climate change. Director of Caribbean Affairs with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Argentina, Gustavo Pandiani, stressed closer cooperation between CELAC partners is important.
Latin America and the Caribbean, we are not the most powerful area of the world. We need to deal with Europe, we need to deal with North America, we need to deal with China. So why are not working together? It doesn't make sense to me not to do it. So to answer your question, why we do it? Because we need to be together to be stronger. So when we have to deal, let's say we have to negotiate a trade agreement with China, or a trade agreement with the US, or a trade agreement with the Europeans, if we do it together as a whole organization with more market, with more consumers, with more production, with more territories, with more everything, we are going to be in a better situation to negotiate. So we need to keep as together as possible in order then to be stronger when we talk outside of our own region.
Belize's Prime Minister has been cleared after receiving his COVID-19 negative result, having been in isolation for a stipulated period due to a recent positive test result.
The Prime Minister contracted COVID-19 a second time, sometime last week, but suffered only mild symptoms. And back in November 2020, the PM was also tested positive for the virus. Still in Belize, the Cabinet of Belize has approved the opening of the land borders and seaports effective February 7, 2022 from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. daily, only for fully vaccinated persons. Belize had postponed the reopening of the land borders and seaports on January 1, 2022 to prepare for the emergency of the Omicron variant.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines received a boost to its international image, having been voted the Caribbean World Travel and Living Awards Islands of the year 2021.
This was announced at the 27th International Caribbean World Awards, hosted by the internationally celebrated Caribbean World magazine based in London. Minister of Tourism and Culture Carlos James, in expressing his gratitude on receiving the award, said to achieve this award in a year when the world is battling the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and the eruption of the country's La Souveraine volcano, while ensuring the safety of nationals and visitors alike, attests to the resilience of the country and the strength of their tourism product. In addition to the Island of the Year award, St. Vincent and the Grenadines also topped the list of best sailing and yachting islands of the year and was fourth on the list of best honeymoon islands of the year.
A policewoman in Jamaica, accused of being one of the masterminds in an international lottery scam, has been suspended. More in this TVJ News item.
42-year-old Shellyan Allen was arrested by members of the Homeland Security Investigation Team shortly after arriving in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in the U.S. She has been charged for alleged wire fraud, mail fraud, and drug trafficking. Court documents point to over $1.69 million worth of losses from the bank accounts of 17 victims across America. In one complaint, an elderly victim living in Brown County, Wisconsin, was told he won various prizes, including a home, luxury car, and $18 million. The victim was directed to send money in cash, money orders, and checks to people in the United States and Jamaica. Eventually, the victim had to sell his home and lost about $150,000 as a result of the fraud. He never received any of the promised prizes. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is working with its international counterparts to further investigate the matter.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick.
Bahamians have been put on notice to not expect food prices to be decreased anytime soon and instead are advised to brace for the worst. Jose Haitian of Eyewitness News in the Bahamas has some details.
I cannot offer you any hope that there will be relief in the near future because everything is just crazy right now, and I do believe that this is going to continue for a while.
President of the SuperValue food chain, Deborah Simonet, making it emphatically clear that food items will not be decreasing anytime soon, this being caused by inflation and ongoing global shipping challenges that have affected supply. The president also adding that suppliers are drastically increasing their prices, and consequently, the food store chain has to do the same.
We're experiencing a lot of price hikes ourselves. The suppliers are hitting us with price hikes every day. So in certain cases, we have no choice but to pass it on to the consumer.
Now, SuperValue has come under major scrutiny after photos of food items went viral on social media depicting what consumers may consider to be outrageous prices. While Simonet argues that consumers should take into consideration the 10% increase of value-added tax on breadbasket items. This being another reason why, she says, prices have skyrocketed.
On breadbasket items, there was no VAT before, and now there's VAT on those items. So that is coupled with the inflation that has presented itself lately. So it's a double whammy.
Meanwhile, consumers now feeling the devastating effects of the price hikes.
It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Certain things won't even be affordable anymore. VAT had gone down, but to me, look like VAT gone up. Because $30 and you get your bag of rice, and £1 and £5 a chicken leg quarters to cook, and that's your meal gone.
I think it can raise crime because you have a lot of unemployment still at the time facing this pandemic and everything going up.
Residents even suggesting that wages should be increased to cushion the effects of inflation.
Prices have gone up by 5%, so your income should go up by 5%. In theory, that's what should happen. But in practice, it doesn't.
So here's Simonet's advice to consumers.
Budget your money and make it stretch as far as it can, because I guess there's nothing we can do with what's going on in the economy.
Jose Etienne, Eyewitness News.
Trinidad and Tobago's National Security Minister says the government is working diligently to keep citizens of this country safe. And while he acknowledged people's concerns about the high murder rate and other serious crime, he says the passage of more stringent legislation must go hand in hand with the government's efforts, and this is being stymied by the opposition. TV6's Nicole Romani has more.
On the TV6 Morning Edition, Minister Hines referenced the deadly shooting incident at sea while addressing the issue of illegal guns and border security.
In my view, the issue is the prevalence of illegal firearms easily accessible in Trinidad and Tobago, which takes me to our responsibility in respect of the border security, border management and control. And this is why the government has, by its manifestation, worked hard to improve the border security around Trinidad and Tobago. And we had a very unfortunate and horrific event yesterday that led to the loss of the life of a young child of this world. And it led to our Prime Minister having to speak in great sympathetic and empathetic tones to his counterparts in Venezuela.
On the issue of the courts and persons remanded for indefinite periods of time crowding prisons, Minister Hines explained that part of the problem is that the criminal justice system is not delivering as it should.
Matters take very long in the court. Persons are repeat offenders. They find themselves out on bail. There's a whole lot of stuff. So it's a constant effort to improving all of the elements so that it can work and work efficiently. Last week, I met with the attorney. In fact, I meet with the Attorney General on a regular basis, very often informally when we meet, and very often formally as well. Every week we meet in the Legislative Review Committee. Last week we met, he and I, along with the Chief Justice, along with the DPP, and all of the stakeholders in the criminal justice system. And we went, the Chief Magistrate, we went through in great detail what the issues are and what needs to be done.
With respect to the anti-gang legislation, Minister Hines tells us that based on the reports he has, persons were recently charged under the anti-gang law. However, he notes that the law needs to be tightened up with respect to the granting of bail.
When we came to the Parliament in 2016 to renew that stringent law to manage some of them criminals in the place, the UNC objected to it. So we do have an anti-gang law. That same AG was forced to pass the law without those strict and stringent provisions, and therefore we have an anti-gang law. The police are working it. Within the last month and 6 weeks, I can bear testimony to the fact that persons have been charged. I can also bear testimony to the fact that others will soon be charged from what I am observing, because the police continue to work on it, but it does not have the strict provisions when they hold them to keep them on the inside.
Minister Hines laments that as a result of the behavior of the opposition United National Congress, the bail law went right back to what it was in 1994. Ordinary bail and nothing to do with gang behavior. Nicole M. Romani, TV6 News.
Conveniently located in the Grandstand Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair granaries will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.